With me tonight is Derik and Derik. One is from Florida, one is from Michigan. Say hi, Florida Derik.
Hello.
That is Florida Derik. And Michigan Derik, how you doing?
Doing well, doing well.
Good. We have Daphne on tonight as well, until she gets bored of me. Michigan Derik, haven't seen you in a long time. How have you been, man?
Pretty well. So far, so good. Still kicking.
How's the garden in your backyard?
It's hard. This time of the season is always just like, man, this is a lot of work. I don't want to do it anymore. But you got to do it because then a bunch of food just goes bad.
Yeah, you guys had
This is the hard part.
Yeah, so Florida Derik, yeah, they had this really cool backyard garden that was just, they have like full compost and everything. And I remember you guys kind of use other plants to deter pests like honeysuckle and things like that. Is that right?
Yeah, called
Yeah, so
companion
cool.
planting.
Companion planting. But I remember you guys had such a cool setup. So I'll have to come.
Now we got
visit.
6 chickens too. That's an
Oh
update.
my God.
We got 6 chickens. And we live in town.
Yeah, you're literally on Main Street, aren't you?
Pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah.
It's a very small town, but it's in town.
Yeah, Coldwater. Yeah, it's a cool little quaint town.
That's
Way
a
to
cool
dox
setup to have, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
you should
fun.
see-
It's fun. It's a lot of work, but it's fun.
They have a ton of pickled vegetables and stuff from their backyard. They're pretty much self-sustaining. So if there's an apocalypse, I would head to his house because he's going to have a garden and probably rain barrels and everything else you need, you know? So, but anyhow, what's
I
that?
hope you're set up to have some tall walls because you need to protect that farm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they
Farms.
took into account the human aspect, but that's a little out there.
No, this is just so
It's a
that
little out
way
there.
we can dip and then find somebody with a farm and be like, hey, we know what to do. And then,
Yeah.
you know, we're just building abilities so that way we can be acclimated into whatever.
Can contribute
comes
some
out.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apocalyptic skill sets. Yeah. Very important.
Yeah. I've never wanted to learn how to do something when you have to do it. That's the worst time to learn how to do something.
It's true.
So
That's a good point.
So I met you, Derik, through your wife, Alicia. And I met Alicia, obviously, before I met you, like probably 2 years before I met you, something like that.
yeah.
And this was for doing the food concession business called Kate's Diner, after my ex-wife, of course. But yeah, so I hired Alicia on Craigslist, and then she told me that you should work as well. So it's kind of a fun story. But okay, Daphne, you want down? Okay, you can go. Okay, Daphne has left the building. Yeah. So, anyways, I've known you guys for a long time. You probably worked in that trailer for better part of like 10 years for Alicia, almost, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
something
it was
like
a
that.
while. It was
Yeah.
a while.
A lot of fun stories in there. And
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, looking back,
balls.
it's super fun looking back at it. Like I'm super nostalgic for it, but then I have to remind myself that it sucked all at the same time. You know?
It did suck. Yeah, it did suck. But we had some good days in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember Alicia was a Starbucks barista when she worked for me, and she told me you were a welder and everything, and you were good with your hands. And here we are, 10 years later, talking about video games. You know,
He's like,
Life
oh,
is
a welder good with his hands? That
Yeah.
guy can make corn dogs.
he has good finger dexterity. Yeah, he knows how to spin a corn dog. Anyways, yeah. I think. Oh, by the way, I had a question for you. So when you were down here at my apartment in Florida, was that 2020 or was that 2021? Like, was it?
I think it was 2021.
Okay. Like when they started that fair, well, I was doing a fair here in Sarasota for anyone listening, but selling food. Was it canceled when you were working for me?
No,
Okay, and it was.
No.
Okay, it must have been.
No, we did it
2021.
because I saw you be the meanest I've ever seen you, and you flipped off the guy because he wouldn't let me in because I
That
had
guy,
a ticket.
yeah. What a
And I was just like, oh my God, Carrie, I've known you for so long and I've never seen this side.
Yeah, it takes a lot for me to get that angry. Yeah, this guy wouldn't let me in. Florida Derik to like park. I didn't have a vendor pass, and I tried to like park in like to like drop off some product. This guy's like, you can't come back here. And I'm like, I'm trying to open my unit. I own Kate's Diner, yada, yada. And this guy would not let me pass. And so finally I flipped him off. But I remember being so boiling with this guy.
Thanks, buddy. Flipped
then-
him off and then
yeah.
drove away.
And I
It was
remember
like
you
a
were
movie
sitting-
scene.
You were sitting in the passenger seat, like awkwardly silent. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. It was good.
It was good times.
Yeah, it was good times. So anyways, yeah, we're caught up on how I know you, and wanted to touch base on that awesome garden you have. I want to see some pictures at some point, if you don't mind, of the
I'll
little
keep you
chickens.
updated. Yeah, we'll give you some pictures of the chickens. The garden is not in a good state right now, so it's not the best. It needs a facelift. before.
All right. Well, I'll give you some time. Yeah, please. And then I'm drinking, of course, my Danish mead tonight. Just for anyone listening, it's Dansmjord, the Viking blood, of course. I can't see. This is it. It's delicious. I have one whenever I'm doing a podcast. It's have you had it, Derik? Florida Derik?
Never.
Sorry. Either Derik.
I don't know. What's it called again?
It's called Dansmjord. It's a Danish mead. You can find it in like Total Wine. They usually have it. It's good though.
Okay.
Anyways, if you're looking for something different, try it out. It's very good. I'll send you a picture of it after the
Yeah, please
podcast.
do.
All right, guys. Yeah, first of all, thanks for being on. And I kind of want to start with Michigan Derik. I know this is your first episode. This is Florida Derik's third one, right? Something like that. I think it's your third because you did the Christmas episode and then the EverQuest. Okay. So yeah, I mean, Michigan Derik. Yeah, what have you been playing lately? By the way, anything? Hello, Michigan Derik. Are you there?
Sorry. Well, you know that I played World of Warcraft for the better of 20 years here.
That's true. Yeah.
And if anyone knows anything about World of Warcraft at this moment in time, I'm just a sheep and I followed everybody to OSRS. So I've been playing old school RuneScape pretty hard for like the last month and a half.
I have never played RuneScape.
I had never well, I take that back. I played it when I was like 14. Like I played it when it originally came out in the skate shop because they let us use the internet, and I never really played it because I found WoW pretty much. But I have a good friend up here that has been into super into it for a long time, so he's been wanting me to play it. And WoW's in a really bad place right now, so I haven't really played that in quite a while. So
I see.
Looking for a game.
Okay.
Oh, I got a funny
Is
story
that
with
probably?
RuneScape.
Yeah, please. I want to real quick let my dog out of my room. She's getting antsy. Go ahead.
Okay. So actually one of the guests that you had here on this podcast previously, his name's Sam Mack. Him, myself, and my twin brother, who you also had on your podcast, we were really big into RuneScape, probably about the same time as you, Derik. And we got into it for a little bit. Like when we were in school, we would play on the browsers, and then we got obsessed with mining coal and just sitting there trying to get the best pickaxe as possible. And
got a hilarious coal story for you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Sorry.
We just kept going higher and higher and higher in level, trying to get our mining level as high as possible and collect as much product as possible. And we did this, and we did this with the agreement that my brother and myself would focus on mining and gaining all the materials and all the to accrue enough wealth, and then we would provide it to Sam Mack, and Sam Mack would work on his ability to make armor. So he focused on armor making, and we focused on material gathering. And we did this for like months, and the promise was that at the end he would just make all of us the top tier armor. And we just did that. We were grinding on that for so many days, and in the end we ended up not getting any armor. So it was just a complete waste of time of grind. I always give him a tough time about that.
Was it like burnout or something? It just was.
I can't remember, honestly. It was so long ago, but I still hold it against him. I think I held it against him last week.
That should go to the grave. That goes to the grave.
Is that why you guys are so particular on like Valheim when it comes to like, what's called a contribution to resources? Because he's always like, okay, everyone has 4 pieces of armor. Everyone's equal. He's like, makes the effort so everyone knows that everyone's, he's
been burned before. He'll never let it happen again.
We have a communist clan on Valheim.
Yeah. As it should be in those kind of situ.
That's funny. So that's a trigger. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. All right.
When I was playing at that age, I was so bad at video games, never played or even thought of the idea of an MMO before or anything. And I did the same thing. I was just obsessed with mining. And this is how bad I was, is that I didn't realize that you couldn't just mine the same rock. I didn't know that there was a timer for it to just reset. So for a month and a half, I sat there and mined the exact same rock of coal for like a month and a half, not knowing that for like 2 of the 3 minutes of I'm mining, I'm getting like 1 every 3 minutes because it's taking 2 minutes to respawn and stuff. When I found that out, I was like, I probably should just not play this. I think that's the goal for now. Is
that's the
lesson. It's a good sign to quit. Yeah,
it's amazing.
And I've not gotten better. I won't lie.
Time to move on to better, greener pastures than RuneScape, I guess. But all right, so I want to see if you guys can guess what game this is with like a 15-second audio clip. And most of these are essentially introductions to the game, like it's, some kind of cinematic or whatnot, or it's like, the main menu music, something like that. And if you can guess at least like 2 of them, either of you, I will buy you a bottle of mead. Okay. So
Surprise.
I just want to see, I will be, but I will be a little bit shocked if you can guess at least 2 of these. I think probably 1 or 2 of them might be a little bit easier, but I've also played all these games. I don't know if you guys have or not. But I mean, the only clue I'll really give you is that they're all pretty much from the 90s, like early, mid 90s.
Okay, thank God. I was gonna say, like, you play some obscure games now on Steam, man. There's no way I'm gonna know the background noise of.
Let me pull these up
Yeah.
real quick. These are all PC games, with the exception of one of them, which I will let you know which one is not PC. And so I make it a little bit easier at least. And it's probably on PC now, but back then it wasn't ported yet. So, and for this one, I'm gonna have you guys use the chat, kind of like Jeopardy, because I don't want you guys to like blurb it out. You know what I mean? So you're gonna use the chat for your answer. I'll give you I'll just play the whole bit and then just type it in. Don't hit enter. Don't send it yet. I'll have you guys send at the same time to see if you're right.
Ooh, okay,
You know what I mean?
suspense.
Yes,
Okay, so it's not
exactly.
first entrance. It's you'll tell
No,
me.
I will be shocked if you guys both know the answer for these. My mind will be blown.
Okay.
So yeah, just use the chat, type in your answer, but don't send it yet. Then I'll let you. What?
How many we're gonna go through here?
I have 5, but we don't have to do all of them.
Okay.
They're all like 10, 15 seconds, Okay, this is probably the hardest one, but I'm the most excited about it. All right, here we go. All right, so that was the audio bit. And would you guys like more time for your answer?
I got. Oh, I mean,
No.
I have an answer.
Okay.
But we can wait for other Derik.
Do either of you have an inkling to what it might
I
be, or
got
not
nothing.
really?
Like, I don't even have
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
I have a guess.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead and submit
I
your
will.
response. Yeah, go ahead, because I'm assuming Michigan Derik is
No.
MIA on this one. Definitely not Diablo. But I don't know when the first Diablo came out. Was that mid 90s?
I think.
I'm trying to think. Is like I just like when you said PC game in the 90s, I'm like, man, I wasn't on PC in the 90s. I don't think.
I'll give you one more set of clues, because you obviously don't know, either of you.
Yeah, 97 was the original Diablo.
This was okay, you fly in this game, and think mana as well. And like I said, I don't know if you guys have plays it or not.
Okay, I got it. Can I put my thing in?
You can just say it. I mean, yeah, if you want.
Yeah, just say it.
It's a magic carpet.
Yeah, it is Magic Carpet. Yeah. That was a good game.
All right. Yeah, I used to watch.
And I remember
all the time.
I remember the music was so, like, the intro, like, it got me like really amped up because I was so excited. But this was one of the first ones that came out that had a dynamic landscape, so you could like shoot it and it would like move the landscape. It was destructible. Like, this was like 1993, I think. So that it doesn't blow your mind. I'm not sure what does. So you could like shoot fireballs. Michigan Derik
came
from
with
your Magic Carpet
3D glasses as well.
Yeah. But you could alter the landscape with destructive spells and things like that. It's pretty nuts. Like, especially then.
I was just like, man, what is this game? So I looked it up, and I'm just looking at these screenshots. Like, I've never seen this ever in my. This is the most novel thing that's ever happened to me at this point in time.
Yeah, it was a good one when it came out. This was one of those games that really, it felt freeing to me, because it was pure, it was authentic 3-dimensional. It wasn't like 2.5D, or it was kind of 3D, but not really. This was full on, like you're flying. It felt so free. And anyhow, all right, let's try.
I might have an advantage on you here, Michigan Derik, because when we were young.
Now that one probably.
Yeah, and when we were younger, I used to literally sit next to Carrie.
I was gonna say, yeah, you guys are sitting here playing these 90s PC games together.
Like, if you
that's why he was like, Derik, if you go to Derik, you need to try this mead. And then all of a sudden he's like, you know what? If you can guess these 2 games that we used to play together,
if you can guess at least one of these Michigan Derik, then we'll say it's a tie. Okay.
Okay.
Now, some of these coming up are pretty iconic games that I think most people have played in the 90s. If you did play games in the 90s, I don't know when you like started as a kid.
I mean, I was on Super Nintendo, though. That's the thing. Like, if it's PC,
I get it.
It's going to be over my head.
What about, did you play original Nintendo or not really?
Yeah.
Apart from like Duck Hunt, Mario Brothers.
No. Actually, that was one of the things I was going to talk about is Mike Tyson's Punch Out and Mega Man. Like those are just like staples.
All right, here's another one. This one was ported to Nintendo, but originally it was not on Nintendo. That's your main clue. Like I said, this one's also very challenging. So if you don't get it, don't worry about it. All right, here it is. Like I said, this one's also pretty challenging, so don't worry about it if you don't know what it is. This was also one of the first true Atari games that was 2-player, as far as I know. I could be wrong about that. That was one of the big pushes on this game.
That's probably not the game
It
I
was
was thinking of then.
It was in the arcade, it was on Atari, and it was ported to Nintendo later on, but one of the cool things about this game was that it was 2-player. I'm trying to give you one other clue I can think of. Do either of you have any idea or not really?
Every idea I have, you shoot down with your clues.
You can give another clue.
I guess the other clue I will give you is sphere. That's all I'll say. Okay.
I wish I could.
How about
guess.
ball?
Sorry.
Ball and or sphere. That's what I'll say.
And or sphere.
Man, Carrie, you made this too hard.
Well, I have to have at least a couple like really challenging ones in here.
Sonic?
This is
No, not Sonic. All right. Any other guesses? Think before Sonic. Definitely before Sonic. I think. All right.
Balls and Stars.
No, this was Marble Madness. Did
Marble
either of you
Madness.
play that game?
Marble Madness?
Look it up. Yeah, look it
I
up.
think I remember
yep.
playing this with you.
Absolutely.
That was a good one.
This game.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, the most iconic thing that I can remember about this game, honestly, though, is the art on the actual cartridge.
I don't know what the art was on the. Well, yeah, just like where it has like the ramp and like the marble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The marbles you're running into the other one and stuff. And like
I played this game a lot. I remember, and I don't think I ever beat it. And it was a very challenging game, especially like for a kid, back then.
I feel like this is a game I rented.
Back with like Blockbuster. Yeah.
It was a video connection, but yeah, or the local felt posh.
All right, those are the two artist ones I have, but that was also a good classic, just a throwback there. And all right, these should be a little bit easier. The last three I have here are all mid-90s PC games. Here's the next one. This one is probably the hardest of the three, but to me, they're all a little bit easier. Here we go.
I mean, it's a good jam. I'll give it that.
I definitely recognize this.
Alexa, open Shazam.
Like, oh man, this is like, it's interesting the setup you have because like these, especially like the Magic Carpet one, it hits like as soon as you like recognize, like, oh well, yeah, that's what that sounds.
It's buried deep in those memory banks, but fragmented. No. All right. Any idea either of you? Do you want to type it in chat at the same time or not?
I got nothing.
Or are you both blank? Damn. Okay.
These are good jams, though. I won't lie.
Yeah.
The mid 90s or late 90s?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Okay.
90s, that's all I can tell you. Late 90s. Like 1998, maybe 99, somewhere in there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me.
SimCity 2000.
SimCity.
See, I was playing SimCity on Super Nintendo while you were playing SimCity 2000.
All right. I'll stop saying PC game.
I mean,
I played them all on PC. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, I can't think of when I had a PC.
Okay, now these next two. Oh, that game was. I remember your brother Sandy Bell. He got his first high-end computer before I did. It was like a Gateway, like $4,000 computer, ridiculous amount of money for like 12 megabytes of RAM, back then. Like a 500 megabyte hard drive. But I remember I bought the game without a computer, hoping I could play on his computer, begging Sandy to play this game. That was one of them.
My older brother.
Yeah. This was one of the games. Also, Aliens vs. Predator, the original game. I like begged him to play on it. I bought all these games without having a computer. Just so I could play on your brother's computer. It's pretty sad.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
I remember he used to have a computer at home because, wow, because back then he was doing engineering drafting, so he had to do
Jeez, I can't imagine.
on
Yeah.
those computers.
And I had a computer, sorry. So I had like the previous Windows that was like Windows, 3. But I remember saying he had the next generation PC that could run these specific games. Mine could not. I was always playing games like Raptor. It was the playing game. Okay, anyways, yeah. But I just remember like begging your brother, buying these games without being able to play them, to play these freaking games. Okay, this one I'll be disappointed if either of you can't figure this out. Okay, here we go.
I know what this is.
This one's a little bit longer because it has a good jam. I like it. Such a good jam. All right. You guys ready to type your answers? Or do you need a clue, Michigan Derik? Michigan Derik, are you there?
I'm going to go with a guess. So I'm ready to hit enter whenever.
Do you want any clues or no?
No, I'm locked in.
Okay. The count of 3.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just locked in on like what I think it is.
All right. 1, 2, 3, submit. Hey, nice. There we go. Now, Florida Derik, you didn't say which Command and Conquer it was.
Yeah,
many. There's like 16 Command and Conquer games. Do you know that?
I had Command and Conquer for like a full like second before I was like, crap, which one is it? I know it's not Red Alert 2. I just know it's not Red Alert 2.
Red Alert, yeah, that was probably the best one. Like out of like literally 16 Command and Conquer games. I think the second one in the entire franchise was the real killer.
It was Red Alert then?
Yeah, Red Alert. It's all good. It's all good.
We'll have to give it to him. I mean, it's technically the most correct.
I think my first video game crush came from Command and Conquer with Tanya, the special agent.
Tanya.
Like,
oh yes.
God.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And every
all 16 pixels of her.
Yeah.
Not 16 bit,
I looked it up.
16 pixels of her.
I looked it up, and yeah, the first one, it's so blurry. I can't even tell like if it's even a female, like the graphics on like Wikipedia. And then the next one, it's better. The next one, and they get like more attractive and like more naked, essentially every game. It's like Driver.
Red Alert 2, they actually had like a actor player and stuff.
Yeah, no, it was great, and I didn't know that Jenny McCarthy played one of the Tanyas later on.
Really?
From like MTV, right? Is that where she's from? MTV or something? But
amongst other things, I'm sure.
Yeah, she plays one of the Tanyas. Like I think the 4th or 5th game in.
Yeah, I got into Red Alert 2. That was probably one of the first like 5 games I played on a PC. Like I had a PC at that point.
Yeah, these again were like the most iconic games for me growing up as a kid, like Red Alert and Command and Conquer, which I've talked on like a dozen times already in these 5 episodes of this podcast. But anyways, all right.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Moving on. Let's see here. I got one left. Let's see if you guys know this one.
I don't have an educated guess.
Oh, come on, man. Even what does the music sound like to you in that? I'm sure you can think of something.
I have mine.
I'm thinking of main themes and stuff.
Well, okay, just real quick, listen to the music a little bit one more time and just what does it remind you of?
A circus affair.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I mean, you're on the right track. No pun intended.
Yeah,
Yeah, nothing?
Nothing.
All right, Florida, Derek. What is it?
Oh, wait a minute. You just got me. All right, I have 2 guesses now. Oh no.
All right.
See, his
Real-
clues are anti-clues, aren't they?
All right.
They like add more to the table. You're like, oh crap.
You're on the
Can I
right
do an
track.
Can I do another one?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. If Austin was
Like that didn't even
"God,
like.
so easy. I know these. Yeah, because he plays like 1,000 hours of Roller Coaster Tycoon in SimCity.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like as soon as you say that, I'm like, oh yeah, but that never even crossed my mind. I definitely did that too.
How old are you, Michigan, Derek?
I'm almost 40, 39.
When do you turn 40?
December 30th.
Oh, I'm like 3 months older than you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I turned 40.
Man, I was
10
hoping you were
days.
like 5 years older or something, so that way I could have an excuse.
No,
for not
man.
playing these games.
No excuses here. Yeah, unfortunately. All right, those are all good guesses. Well done, everybody.
Man, Roller Coaster Tycoon. Nice guess.
Yeah, that was a good game as well. Good throwback. So, all right. Anyways, we're going to touch on mostly for the rest of this podcast episode Valheim and Total War. Warhammer, and I know at least one of you has played Shogun 2 Total War, as far as I know. Anyways, I have a video pulled up because I feel like this goes unknown and it should be recognized. One of the DLCs for Warhammer 2 was called Prophet and the Warlock. Did either of you play that or have any idea what it is?
I've seen it,
Probably.
but I haven't played it.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I believe I saw a trailer for it. I usually watch trailers going, man, I wish I had that, but I don't get it.
Okay. So, have either of you seen the Predator movie, the original with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
From like
Yeah.
87 or whatever. It's like my favorite movie of all time. Anyways. Okay, so there's a scene in that movie where he has a Gatling gun. One of the guys, who is Jesse Ventura, the governor of California back then, the big dude, he has a minigun in the movie. And he gets shot in the back by the Predator alien who was hunting him. He gets killed. Then his friend grabs his minigun and sees this assassin, not knowing who it is or what it is. And he starts like spraying the forest with his friend's, minigun. And then all his friends come in, Schwarzenegger and all the other special ops guys trying to shoot at the same direction as his friend. They don't know what they're shooting at. But it's one of these like super masculine, cool scenes where everyone's just like blasting like spray into this, Amazonian jungle. But it's a really cool scene, and I have it pulled up. So the trailer of the DLC for Prophet and the Warlock for Warhammer is the exact replica from the Predator scene. It was like a homage to the movie.
Oh,
and it's so cool. No one even like really noticed it. I feel like it was just like swept under the rug. But I'm gonna share my screen with you so you can watch this. All right, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna play it real quick. So good.
That is awesome.
Wow.
That's so good.
That's one of the coolest things I've seen when you put it like.
Yeah, this is clearly.
Isn't that so amazing?
That's
just so good. And like no one,
so well
I feel
played.
like
So
no
well
one,
played.
no one got the reference. Obviously, people did, but
Right.
God, I remember watching that like 5 times. I was like, God, it's so good. This trailer, this game. They even showed my
Put it
dad
like
this
that,
scene.
it gives me so much
Yeah.
more appreciation for it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, yeah. Speaking of Total War, Warhammer in particular, 3, I got really ballsy and I did some research. I tried to find Henry Cavill's contact information on like Instagram and LinkedIn and all this stuff. So I asked ChatGPT, I was like, all right, I need to get Henry Cavill on a Warhammer episode of this podcast, who has like, by the way, 60 million followers on Instagram, no big deal. So I found his publicist's LinkedIn profile for Henry Cavill. And I sent her like a good letter saying, hey, I saw Henry Cavill plays a lot of Warhammer 3. It's his favorite game right now. I would love to have him on this episode. Obviously I didn't hear back because he has like millions of followers and he's making movies and everything else imaginable. So I sent his publicist a letter to get him on this Warhammer episode. So if you're listening, Henry, next time. So yeah.
Hey man.
But now he was interviewing. He's like, Warhammer is so good. Total War Warhammer.
Mhm.
He's like, I play like 4 hours a day right now. I can't help myself. That's yeah, Warhammer.
Don't take, man.
I know. I had to at least try. I just had to put my soul out there and hope for a bite. But if I didn't do it, I'd be regretted, or I would be disappointed in myself. So, So I know Florida Derek, you don't really play Total War too much, but do either of you have a favorite out of all the Total Wars, or is Warhammer your top pick?
Mine is Rome 2.
Rome 2?
I love Rome 2. It's just, I've put way too many hours of my life into that game.
Do you think it's still better than Warhammer, like Warhammer 3?
I'm not so much that I think it's better. I like it better.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more cool stuff and the other games and stuff. It just doesn't tickle my brain the same, I guess.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, Warhammer was the first game in that franchise that was pure fantasy. Everything else was kind of historically accurate, more or less, in terms of civilizations and land and everything. Then they just went like full ham with Warhammer. Like, all right, we're just gonna do pure fantasy, dragons, and
that's awesome that they're able to use that IP, because it's a great opportunity to use that kind of IP with the board game and how that's played and the lore of the universe and stuff and how that's played. Like, it's a beautiful setting for that kind of situation.
Whole different window into that universe. Yeah, it's incredible. And I think for me, my favorite apart from Warhammer was Empire. That's like where you play the British Empire and you're going around. I don't know if you can play other Empire. I played it like when I was a kid. I don't even remember. They had the coolest naval battles, and I'm kind of disappointed in like Warhammer. There's no naval battles, but again, it'd be hard to do with fantasy creatures. How you can't have like a vampire ship battling a dinosaur naval. I don't know how that would work. It'd be difficult to do. But I remember the Empire one, they had like the full, what are they called? Like the frigates with like the 3 layers of cannon, and like you could board enemy ships and like shoot net shots, and what it's called.
I think that was a big highlight of
grape shot. Yeah, it was so good, dude. It was so well done.
Yeah, it's like the highlight of that game.
It was, but it felt like Pirates of the Caribbean. I remember, because you can go like you could sail around the Caribbean and like fight indigenous people or whatever, or like the Spanish have these cool naval battles, and like you could take over the Caribbean islands and sell sugar, and it felt so pirate-esque of like Pirates of the Caribbean back then, because it was kind of the same time frame as the movies. So for me, it was like really hit that nerve I needed to get scratched. But anyways,
oh, that was a game I did
so
play.
good.
The Pirates of the was that what the game was? It was a Pirates of the Caribbean. It was some kind of, what was that on? Was that on PlayStation? I can't remember. You built up your ship, and the goal was try to become a more and more powerful pirate, and then you do trade and you get a more powerful ship. Or what game was that? I'm sure you played that too.
I mean, I feel like you're talking about the Xbox game.
Oh, is that what I'm talking about?
I think so. The one that's been out like 10 years.
Was that online? Was that online?
Yeah, it's like PvP open world.
Oh wow, I can't believe I'm remembering that now.
No, I'm just thinking. What is that game? Yeah, it's like so popular. I forgot what it's called. Anyways, yeah, no, it's not that. It's Total War, but you're playing humans. Obviously, you're playing the Empire, British Empire. But I remember that.
The thing about that being so awesome is that the Total Wars before that, the naval battles were Garbanzo.
Yeah.
Like Rome and Rome 2, Garbanzo. Like, were there in Shogun?
I
don't.
No. Wait,
Which makes no sense.
I'll have to
They
look it up.
weren't.
There might have been, but they weren't nearly as
But
good.
yeah,
as
they're not
Total War
engaging. They're not fun.
No.
Like every time you get a naval battle, you're like, I don't care if I lose
And
this Nazi.
I feel like since that game, I haven't played a single game that's had anything remotely as good as like, you know, a squad of ships fighting another, whatever it's called, a fleet of ships, excuse me. Like nothing that I can think of. And they did such a good job. This was like back in the 2003, maybe something like that.
Oh, wow.
It's funny how little
So-
nuggets of gameplay
Yeah, they
mechanics and
just
stuff like that just get lost that are just
haven't been
fantastic.
reintroduced. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. Do
But yeah,
this,
apart
but
from-
better. You know how
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
It's so easy to say.
And then Warhammer was the first to introduce actual like large units, like monster units. Everything else was either, like a humanoid or it was
A
horseback
general,
cavalry. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess, is your most powerful unit before you had giants and ogres.
Yeah. And Elliot, who is a friend of Derik and I, is from Florida. I remember he was so like anti-Warhammer. So he's this guy that plays a lot of like hyper realistic first person shooters like Counter-Strike and Battlefield. Like he gets really competitive and like he loves like the highly realistic type stuff. And I remember trying to like convince him. I was like, dude, you would love this Warhammer. He's like, I don't like this elven shit and the fantasy garbage and that kind of mentality. So I started streaming a battle. I was playing the lizard people, and I was fighting the vampires. So I was taking them under siege. This vampiric castle, like it was a fully built tier 5 castle. It was huge. And I was coming in with my full top tier, dinosaur army, and I was streaming. And like as he's watching me, I have my massive Tyrannosaurus Rex, which is called a Carnosaur in the game, blasting through the gates of this vampire castle, eating vampires, and like all this He's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. It was like the craziest. It was like such a cool battle. And he's like, you know what? I can see why you'd like this. I saved the replay of that battle because it was so good. But what other game can you play a dinosaur killing vampires? I don't think anything,
That's pretty wild.
So, anyways, I tried to get him to buy, but he said, eh. But oh well.
Yeah, he plays like Arma or what
Yeah, Arma, and the other one that's the he's in love with. I forgot. It's more of like the overview. What's that one called? Yeah, I'm talking about. I can't think of it, but yeah.
Is it not Arma? Oh, okay.
No, I have it. Let me see what it is real quick. I have it bought. Just never got into it. I couldn't tell you, but he just loves those games, and I'm just different people, Yeah, I don't know.
I played Call of Duty for a tick, and that was about as hyper realistic as I got. And I was like, yeah, I'm good on this after 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah. Have both of you played, Battlefield 6?
Nope.
Yeah.
None of that.
I played.
What do you
played on both weekends. I only played an hour the first weekend, and then I played much more this past weekend of the beta. It was a lot of fun. It felt pretty. It felt pretty optimized and fluid, especially for games that introduce a ton of destruction and environmental destruction. You get frame drops and some weird stuff that happens. But that game is Warno. That's the other game.
Warno, yeah, he loves Warno.
The BF6 game was good. I don't know if I've ever really gotten too far into the Battlefield games. I've had a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when you play with a lot of friends and you make these cinematic scenes. They added an effect in this that I really do enjoy for the medic class. I've always played medics. I don't know why. I like the support classes in these types of games when I play with my friends. And they have the ability, while action is happening, instead of just healing somebody on the ground or having to sit there and heal them, you can drag them undercover while you're trying to heal them. So it makes these extremely cinematic moments when you're like, I'm coming to get you, and you run out there and you grab them and you try to pull them undercover while you're trying to res them. And it is a small thing, a small mechanic that they added, but it is a lot. It adds a lot of really cool scenes, and and everyone wants to do it. Everyone wants to do it to each other because, like, even if you're not a medic, you're running out there trying to make this cinematic moment with your friend. You're like, I got you, buddy. You go out there and get
I've seen a lot of like TikTok videos of exactly what you're describing, where a guy is getting dragged. Like it's always slow motion because it's more suspenseful and dramatic. And they
yeah,
always add music from like Avatar, where everyone's getting like shot down, like the Indian, like Native American music,
yeah,
where like everyone's like getting massacred. That's always like the backdrop audio,
yeah.
and it's like slow motion, like a medic like going, "I'm coming," and then
Yeah,
I've seen so many of those videos. It's so funny.
well,
Yeah.
it truly is pretty cinematic. That's one thing I do like about it. That's something I can tell the difference between it and previous games. They've really optimized um like the shaders, the textures with the explosions. They look super realistic from the vehicles, like tank rounds when they hit the ground. The way the buildings destruct and fall down. It's a lot that's happening all at once, but especially when you jump in, you think, wait, it's pretty overwhelming. But then you take a step back and you kind of look at it and you go, wow, this is, I would think this is more realistic. This is the way it would be. It is chaos. And you sit there and you jump into a very chaotic scenario and it makes it very cinematic and a lot more enjoyable to play. That's one of the reasons why I liked playing it. I, of course, get more of a kick out of the hyper technical strategy games like strategy first person shooters like Counter Strike, but
Yeah.
that's definitely my preference.
That's my only criticism of I think Battlefield 6 is, yeah, it's very well optimized, but it's so intense. And I like Battlefield Bad Company, like 2,
Oh yeah,
where the maps are big and there's enough space where there's zones of calmness, like where you have time to like think and strategize like with your squad. With Battlefield 6, it's just instant chaos. You spawn, and it's like, you know,
yeah.
like in your face already. That's the only complaint I have about it. I kind of enjoy the slower pace, like Hell Let Loose. I know you hate that game, but I love Hell Let Loose because of the anticipation of the fight to come.
Yeah.
Battlefield 6, it's the fight's already here when you spawn. It's like in your face, it's already bullets whizzing past your face. So
And I think that's also a testament to age range with these games. You know, you have the older gamer who is more accustomed to having a moment to think about their strategy versus the it's you know what I mean what I'm saying by that, like it's
yeah,
almost as if like, yeah, we understand that something's going to happen and there's going to be a ton of action up there, but let's think about it for a second. And that's what like we're accustomed to. And I feel like a lot of these newer games that are coming out have to somewhat be tailored to the newer audiences. That's the younger audiences or the higher count player
yeah,
counts.
probably lighter attention span and just like you need it, action right now. There's no, yeah, it's a little bit different generation. And that's probably true of like with Twitch streamers, like most of them, like I have streamed Hell Let Loose, but people, I mean, it's kind of boring to watch someone play it because like a lot of it for me, I usually play armor unit and you have to drive to get to the fight. And it's like a good 5 minutes of just talking to your squad mates, like, all right, we're gonna go to the north and flank this tiger unit that was spotted by squad alpha or whatever. There's a lot of just nonsense in terms of strategizing. So if you're watching it, it's kind of like, oh my God, what's happening? And then yeah, Battlefield
It sounds
what's
like
that?
one of those games that are super fun to watch if you know it. Like, I can watch Total War. I can watch someone play Total War,
Yeah. If
which
you're
is
just
a
hopping in,
stupid game to watch. Don't watch it. Anyone listening to this, just don't watch Total War. It's a really lame game to watch. But if you're like into it, like it's super fun to watch.
yeah, if you're just like flipping through channels and you find Warhammer, absolutely not. Yeah, it
And
beats
that's
miserable.
why these
Same as
games
Hell
are
Let
like that's
Loose.
why
Yeah.
like Battlefield 6 is being like that is because they want people. I mean, Twitch and streaming is huge, and that's how you get your game out basically now. You don't even need to spend as much as out on advertising. You just need to hire some Twitch streamers to stream it. And if you're
That's
just
true.
flipping
Yeah.
through categories and stuff like that, then it's going to grab your attention a lot faster than something like Hell Let Loose. Regardless of what, I mean, I'm not saying one game is better than the other, but like it doesn't really matter. It's just about a matter of grabbing attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
No,
I watched his stream just the other day. Carrie's stream playing Hell Let Loose, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't.
so
I was half watching it the whole time. It was in the background. I was literally working, and I was
I
watching
kind of,
his
I
background
kind
sound.
of figured. I kind of figured. Well, I mean, like I said, like I would have been bored watching myself play because, yeah, I mean, a lot of it was talking to just people, just talking. Because so that game is it's a big ass map, and a lot of it's just getting to where you need to be in order to fight.
I
But
feel
to
like to
me,
stream
that's
that game, you need to be like a personality. You know, you need to like stick out in those
yeah,
5 minutes, and then
yeah,
that's how you would be a successful hell let loose streamer.
yeah. I need to work on that too.
Not
Yeah,
saying
no, it's
that's your
like
goal, but
yeah, no, it's you need to have like good filler content. Like here, watch this movie while I get to the battle or something.
yeah, I'm
Watch
just
this
trying
movie
to.
clip.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
You should
should.
just have some pre-recorded videos of Daphne doing something silly, and then
Just like a GIF image. Yeah,
yeah, we're headed to battle and have like Daphne's
it's
going
part of
doing
my
her little Daphne
master
cape.
plan. That's
Battle
actually a
Inc.
good
and
idea.
then just have a video of her chasing her
It's like a
tail.
little walking GIF. Yeah, it's a good idea. I like it. But yeah, no, it's a good game. I just hope that they make the maps, I don't know, less crazy. To me, it's just too much. I'm like having a seizure when I'm spawning in this battlefield.
To me, it
It's more
sounds
Call
like
of
that's
Duty.
the name of the game in that one. Like maybe
It
that's just the generation of game, not people
I think
that
I'm
are
just a
playing it, but
dying.
generation of game.
I think I'm just a dying breed of gamer. That's all. No, but okay. So Valheim obviously is our other big topic tonight, which I will be adding on the intro to this podcast. This cool old Norse song I found as the intro, as like a shout out to Valheim. So if you listen to it, you'll hear the song. It's really cool. Um, I think for Valheim, Sam introduced me to it as well as you for it, Derek. And I was hesitant. I was like, yeah, it's early access. It looks kind of bad. The graphics are kind of. But I remember I was playing with you and I was playing with Sam and your brother Dylan, maybe the other Sam as well. I'm not sure. But I remember we were starting to build a house in that game, like a Viking house or whatever. And I was laying out the floor foundations and you were there with me. And you were like, dude, you need structural integrity, like some pillars or a frame or something underneath it. And I was like, no, this game doesn't require that. It's like a cartoon game. But you were right. Like it started collapsing and I was like, what? And I remember my mind was blown that this like cartoony game had such, realistic structural integrity requirements to build a house or whatever you're building.
Mhm.
And it was at that moment I knew this game was going to be amazing for me to play it. And I think the second trigger was when you have to figure out how to deal with smoke physics. Like how often do you have to deal with smoke physics in any video game? Almost
Yeah.
never. And I think this was the first one for me where you have to build an actual chimney, like for your fireplace. Otherwise, you suffocate. You have to have a exhaust for your fire outlet. And I remember thinking, you don't need a chimney for this. This is dumb. It's not going to block the smoke. And yeah, sure enough, there's like a pummels of smoke coming out of those. Like, oh shit. So you have to like make a chimney. And I was like, my mind again was blown that this game required smoke physics, or it had smoke physics in it. That was so cool. So I just had to bring that up. But do you guys have a certain moment where you were like, damn, this game is amazing when you first started playing it?
Well, Michigan, Derek, have you played Valheim?
I have played many of Valheim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have played many of Valheim.
Oh, great.
I am
Why don't you
not
start then?
a base builder. Just saying that right now. So like that structural integrity thing, I was just like, fuck this, dude, you do it. And I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to swear on this or not, but yes, I was just like, dude, I can't. You take care of this base. I'm gonna go get some deer hides or something.
That's funny because that's all I love in that game is building shit. Everything else, I
It's a
couldn't care
great
less
building
about.
system. My brain just don't work like that. My brain is more like, I want to collect 12 of these, 6 of these, combine them so I can get 5 of these, and then I can turn that into a thing.
That's so funny.
That's what I love doing.
I am so different. Anyways, yeah. So what was your guys' main like epiphany where you're like, damn, I'm gonna really enjoy this game? If you have any.
Probably like the 4th or 5th run through when we did it hardcore.
That far in?
That's when like, it was just like, oh, this is fun. Okay, yeah, we'll do another run. Oh, we got another friend joining. Let's just do another run. It was like kind of like that. And then after we were doing it hardcore, I was like, all right, apparently this game is dope, or else like I'm putting
Right, so how
myself through
many
absolute torture
hours
right now.
how many hours were you in before you realized you enjoyed this game?
Enjoyed it? Not very. Like 2, like maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. The first rock and piece of wood that I put together, I was like, this is my game. This is my jet.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think for me,
Yeah.
it was building that massive base when we had our big group of friends playing that one time. That's when the game first came out. I was playing with you and Sam and Dylan and all them and Cody, and I was just absorbing or using everyone's resources. And then we had multiple people get on there, including the other Sam. They're willing to go out there and get all the wood for me. And I mean, I went and gathered wood myself, but I decided I was going to build this like mausoleum or this huge wooden structure that was. You remember that one the first time?
I have a very particular story now I want to share now that you brought this up. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm the exact opposite of you, Michigan Derik. I literally have barely played the game. Every single time I've logged on to play Valheim, I have just built a massive structure and then logged off. And I have barely I don't even know the mechanics of fighting. I will spend multiple days just using up some of the resources and building some massive structures saying you're welcome, and then I'm gone. I don't know what
he has probably consumed 20 stacks of wood but has not chopped down one tree.
Those are lies to the listeners.
Respect to the builder. Respect to the builder, man. Listen, that's all I gotta say. Full respect to the builder.
I'm giving. It's not like I'm just taking. I'm also giving. Think of it that
exactly.
I'm giving.
I gladly donate to a mausoleum.
You should see. I don't know if you have them saved. You should have. Do we have pictures anywhere of these?
I don't know if I've seen that specific one, but Carrie has sent me many of the Valheim pictures because every time I see him on Steam, I'm like, "Let me see your base." It's like every time.
No, I sent Derik an image of Caroline. What was her name? What was the girl's name we were playing with? Was it Caroline or?
I think it's it.
So, yeah. Anyways, I sent him a picture of her storage silo, which is incredible. Yeah, apparently, she found the idea from someone else, but it's such a good layout. I was like, oh my god, I need to take a picture of this. Yeah, but anyways, I remember with you, Derik, you were building a giant like cathedral, like log cabin with Sam. He was helping you for I remember this went on for hours. You guys were trying to figure out how to do the pillars and the columns and how to make sure it was structural.
Scaffolding. We had to do scaffolding in the game to get access to do stuff. It was like
and it was almost like watching someone build a skyscraper from 30s and 40s of the US where they didn't have safety nets and proper safety equipment. You guys are and I was inside this shelter and you're way the fuck up here. I'm living up. And the two of you are way up here talking with all your scaffolding and all this craziness. And then you were so high up, one of you fell to your death building this shelter. But I remember it was watching one of these guys, construct a skyscraper in New York City back in the 30s that fell to his death. That's kind of what I remembered, what you guys were doing. It's
oh man, it was so much
fun, it was such a cool it was such a cool scene watching you guys do that. And then I think you or Sam fell off, fell to his death.
I've definitely fell off multiple times,
Where else can you do that except for Valheim,
I wish
not many places.
Did we take any screenshots anywhere of that?
I have a few.
Of that original
one? Pull them up.
The original one or the new one?
Yeah, I think I have a few somewhere, maybe on my external hard drive, so I'll have to share them. Yeah. Okay. I'm terrible at
the end of this. At the end of this, do some screenshots of the builds that we did.
Yeah, I think I'll have to do that because there was some pretty impressive stuff we did. But yeah, especially that first structure you guys built. Like I said, it was so freaking high that you guys fell to your death building it. Yeah, more than one occasion. I remember I was proud of my harbor that I built. And then there's a lot of things. Anyways, yeah, I'll see if I can find some stuff, dig it up. And then the other Derik, Michigan Derik, I remember I joined your guys' map at one point for maybe 20 minutes to see how you guys build, because I was curious.
Yeah.
And your guys' brains work so different than ours. I was
say,
I was like, what is going on here? So you guys essentially built how an ant ant colony builds. You have
We
like
were
tunnels.
providing for many.
Yeah, it was just the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And it's
Really?
not something I would ever think of to do in a game like this. And you guys built essentially like outposts between long roads that you made to go to like different like webs of different resources.
You can't teleport the iron, man. You gotta cart it. So it's
Yeah,
worth the
you
investment
guys.
to make the infrastructure.
So instead of having like a central hub, you guys just had outposts everywhere, like a giant spider web of interconnected resources. And that blew my mind because I would never build like that in that game. So, yeah, completely different mindset, but it worked, obviously.
That was
Yes.
the server that I set up, and I'll change my answer to when I knew I liked that game is when I went through a couple hours of trying to figure out how to make a server on my PC because I don't know that stuff. So I was like learning from scratch how to do this. And so I built a dedicated server that was so my computer was on 100% of the time for like 3 months or so.
God.
Just
that
pumping
sounds-
out because we had people like we I don't know, we had a bunch of people on the server, so just wanted to make sure when somebody woke up at 3 in the morning and wanted to jam, they could.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's hard for it to be immersive if it's offline when one person isn't online.
Yeah, very
Unfortunately.
much so.
Yeah. Yeah.
At that point, we
Yeah.
were like, it's worth the $5. I'll run a server.
No, absolutely. But yeah, that was one of those games that really got my brain cells just churning, like to build. And the smoke physics, and then like the pillars, like having to make sure your frame is in place to build, your drywall, essentially, your sheets. Such a cool. That was a team of 5 people, by the way, that made that game. Just 5 programmers.
Yeah, that's the most amazing.
Like,
That just goes to
crazy,
show that you
man.
don't need the multi-million-dollar clickbait games and stuff like that. Like you can just have 5 people that just want to do something cool and make it happen.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good point. But now, man, you really got me thinking about it. Is it possible to get back to that old server or like find that build? Now I want to see it. I want to see it again. I want to like walk around it and be like, yeah, we did this. Is that even
I have
possible?
thought about that in terms of finding my original EverQuest character, Zolthar. But the cold reality is that was 20 years ago, and probably not. Valheim, maybe more realistic, but I doubt it.
Was that on a regular server? I don't even remember. Or was it on yours? Because I know that
It was
this
a
recent
dedicated
one you did-
server.
It was a dedicated server.
It was. I'll see what I can find. Derek, but probably not. Unfortunately, it's like when we played V Rising. Like we had such a cool freaking castle, and the one we built, which you didn't play a lot of, I'm assuming. So I don't think you played it at all. Did you? The new one we did with V Rising.
No, I didn't play any of them.
Yeah, that was a cool castle though that we built. Another good game for everybody listening is V Rising. If you want to build stuff
That game
in
was
general.
was super fun to build.
Yeah,
My
such.
biggest complaint about that game is that you can't zoom out enough to see your whole castle, and you can't zoom in enough to see your gear. Like, I
That's
want to see
true,
how cool
yeah.
I look, but I can't. I just have this permanent third-person view. I want to see how dope my castle looks, but I
Yeah.
can't because the ceiling gets clipped, which I understand. Don't get me wrong. Like, I get it. Yeah, those are my biggest complaints. Which, if those are my biggest complaints, then that's a pretty good game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the building was so good in that game that I bought like 3 of the DLCs, just skins. That's all it is. Is skins. It's like $60 because I was so excited to build just new shit in that game, like cool new statues and like a blood fountain, all this cool stuff.
Have you ever seen the people that like went full on meta for PvP and stuff? The bases they build,
No.
like to get to their gear, they make like complete. They make like a 10 by 10s. I mean, like I don't know, a giant section of their castle is just doors in every single thing. So you have to like go through this maze of doors to be able to get to your thing, or else there's a
Oh.
hidden port. I mean, it's all this PvP stuff.
So it's like
Apparently,
it's like a honeycomb.
Yeah, and like apparently stairs can't be destroyed like walls can. So they'll use stairs for their main outside walls and stuff. It's wild, man.
Like
It's
pure
wild.
experts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, dude, these people are going nuts, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. And not my I don't like it, but I don't like doing it like that, We made ours completely aesthetic. It was completely impractical and
Yeah.
inconvenient, but we made it 100% aesthetic, and it was awesome.
Yeah, again, my brain doesn't work like that. I just can't enjoy a game if I build stairs as walls because I know they can't be destroyed. I don't know. It's kind of a shame. I wish I
Yeah.
could enjoy that. I
Well,
can't.
they're doing I mean, I bet a lot of those people still do, building and stuff like that, but they're doing PvP. Like
Like
it's for a
the
purpose. It's on
most
a specific
yeah.
server and all that. So
Mhm.
I'll let them have their space,
I guess. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Well, that's why I don't play PvP because people like that
Exactly. Me
hardcore,
either.
like ranked people that, yeah, it's nuts.
They are wild too. The fights are wild. They're super fun to watch.
I'll
Every
have to
time I
watch some of
watch
them.
one, every time I watch a high level one, I'm just like, "Yep, not doing that. That is insane what you just did."
As far as what you've seen, what's been the best build? Like which element or which tree?
A lot of people are like what I used anyway was just a crap ton of minions.
So yeah, the skeleton, like unholy build.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used unholy, so I increased my unholy bolt so that way I'd keep on like being able to shoot and make more skeletons, and then those skeletons will last in between like the skeleton I get to summon, and I just went full necro build just to because wanted to like.
I feel like the
And that was like
best.
my third time playing.
Yeah, I feel like the best PvPers in the game probably use the illusion build, which is insanely difficult to master,
Yeah,
and it's
I use that
designed.
for the dash because you can use 2 dashes.
Yeah, and it's designed for one-on-one, so I'm assuming it's, like, designed for PvP and boss fights, but it's so hard I couldn't do shit with it. So I
Yeah,
went back to ice for, freezing and slowing enemies. But
exactly. That's why I was like, "You guys do it." I watch these people that know what they're doing on my one screen, and my other screen, I will
yeah.
let my minions kill stuff.
Yeah, whenever I play PvP, I always feel a little bit humbled because some people, that this is their life, and for me, I'm already there, but then I see other people, and I'm like, "This is not my life, this is their life," and they have mastered this game to a
Yeah.
level I will never master.
Clearly, I'm not the main character.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I couldn't ever imagine beating Dracula on brutal difficulty, ever. It took Dylan and I, we finally killed him after, like, 30 attempts, and we got lucky, and yeah, I just
I
can't.
have we The last time we played it, we did a PvP server. I invited my friend who I hadn't talked to in a long time from high school, and he's a big gamer, and this dude's brain works so efficiently and everything like that, that, like, I knew we were gonna get trounced by this guy, and sure enough, he was one of those guys. He already did all the research, so this is a PvP server. He's gonna go kill all his friends, and we had like a cutoff date, so like we all got to build our stuff up until a certain date, and then it was PvP time. And these guys made the honeycomb dungeon and used the walls, and I watched them stream killing Dracula on brutal, one shot at him, and like easily. And I'm just like,
Wait, what?
yeah, no, I watched it, dude. I watched it. And I just stayed silent until the end, and they were just
Wait,
like, "Yep, that's how you do it." And I was just like, I, I, I just like I have nothing, dude. I
they
can't say
one-shotted
anything.
him?
Not
Like,
one shot. I mean, just
how
one
long did
try. Neither of
One
them
attempt.
died.
One
Yeah, one
attempt.
attempt.
God.
Neither of them died.
On brutal?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We
that's
played the whole
insane.
thing on
That's
brutal. I didn't kill Dracula. I got 2 Dracula on my team on brutal.
I feel like at that point, it's just pure math. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean?
No, that's the thing. They're just good at games, dude. Because they know when to hit the dash button. They know when not to hit the
Yeah,
dash button and take the
that's
hit.
insane.
Like they're metagaming the whole thing in their brain the entire time. That's what I mean. Like I'm just not. And when I watch people play like that, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna wash my hands of this and sit in my corner and build my little castle.
My god. Yeah, that's cringy, it's so good. Alright.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is they played the crap out of the game, but I mean no more or less really than we did. Just they just
did.
do everything to the nth degree kind of thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Lord, well, okay, well, I will never be that person, but, I'm glad we're all all kind of on the same page in terms of
I'm okay not being that person.
Well, guys, I appreciate you being on the show, and yeah, I will have to. I will find some easier audio trivia for you next time. Maybe from the 2000s and not the 90s, and see if we can get some better answers this time. But anyhow,
Yeah. For
I want to go
just
through these
younger
games.
folk.
I want to go through these games that you played the songs of and just see like what their sale records were and stuff like that, so I can watch that. Like 2 million people throughout all history have ever played Magic Carpet, and you wanted me to know the song.
speaking of which, by the way, did you know about the whole video game crash in 1983? Have you guys heard of
Like,
that? Either of you?
no.
Yeah, like the entire, video game industry essentially almost died back in 83 because of the invention of the computer. Like Atari and Commodore 64 and all these different consoles, like almost all completely went out of business.
Oh, well, yeah,
Because of
because at that point the games were all arcade. So those
They
were the
were
first times that you're able to
yeah.
play at home.
Well, they were yeah, exactly. And the original computer that was you could buy and bring to your home, that completely almost eliminated the entire gaming industry until they were able to make PC games. But I was, reading about this a few months ago, and like I didn't know about any of this. Now Atari almost went out of business, and how they had to, essentially burn hundreds of thousands of copies of certain games because they had a surplus because people wouldn't buy them anymore because people stopped playing. They went to PC and they bought other games. All this craziness happened from the invention of the computer, and even like Shatner, what's his first name? William Shatner from Star Trek back in the 80s. He was even on a commercial trying to advertise the original computer, saying stop playing games on Atari and consoles when you can play a PC game. So imagine like the amount of influence he had in the 80s in terms of buying a computer and playing new games versus your old Atari or your Commodore.
Mhm.
It's just this crazy like micro crash of this industry. And I was just thinking about it because of Marble Madness that came out. He was trying to make something more unique with two player, and he was trying to figure out how to get out of this gaming crash with the Atari. And anyways, it's a whole thing. But yeah, the entire industry lost like 98% of their entire revenue for the year of 83. Then they kind of like worked back. It was billions of dollars of revenue lost. You should look it up. It's a whole long story of, video game
And then
Oh, wow.
Nintendo came.
stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. And there's a landfill, and it's true, in New Mexico that has hundreds of thousands of copies of like Paperboy and Mario and all these games that were just thrown away because they couldn't sell them. People wouldn't buy them. So they just threw them away in a landfill. There was like 800,000 copies dumped in a
I
landfill.
loved Paperboy.
Yeah, it was games like just big hits that people would no longer buy out of nowhere because of the invention of the
Wow.
personal computer. It's pretty nuts.
Supreme
Anyways.
Race.
Seems like
That's not like a weird like
away.
yeah, that's not a weird thing. I was just like just gaming and console PC gaming.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I don't want that to be taken out of context.
Well, guys, anyways, I appreciate you being on, and hopefully I'll have you on some other episode as well. So, yeah.
All right, well, thank you.
And
Thanks for having
come up
me,
there.
Derik.
Nice to meet you too, Derek. It's a good name.
I'll stop by. Yeah, it's a good name. It's a good, strong name.
Good strong name.
Anyways, guys, have a good night. I'll see you soon.
All right. See ya.